Good morning, everyone. Well, it is a truly bright and beautiful day outside here in Fargo, North Dakota. It's not very warm. It's actually much colder than it was yesterday at this time. But there's a blue sky and the sun is out and the snow is white, which is a good thing. So I'm going to talk about episode 3, Visions, Commitments, and Pursuits. And I'm going to title this one the Fuel for the Journey. Now, why is that? Well, when you are moving towards something in your life, particularly your purpose in life, and you have these really big goals, and actually, in many cases, there are many different things that are part of those goals that are important to you. The people who make the most progress aren't always the smartest or the strongest. They're just the most committed. And I have seen that time and time again in my work with many, many people, and in particular, the people I worked with in the Becomers. Um, let's talk about visions, commitments, and pursuits. The fuel that keeps us going when it's hard, and it does get hard at times. Trust me, I understand that very, very much. Visions give us something to aim for, even when life is foggy. And boy, it can be really, really foggy at times. And there are many, many questions that come up in a person's life on their journey, and there are a lot of different things that influence it. And I will tell you this is that um, you really need to have a vision of what you really want. And this is where I talk about the vision boards. And anyway, those vision boards do help you get an idea of what you want. However, in some cases, it's a rather strange vision. And I'm going to just give you one that I know about. Several years ago, I was at the World Championship Wrestling Tournament in Las Vegas with my son and grandson. And when the tournament was between rounds, I watched different kids go down onto the main mat and main floor and literally get up on the award stand and stand up at the very, very top of that stand in the number one spot where the world champion would stand. And one of the thoughts that I had was about my own experience in wrestling, where I knew that um, we, as coaches in Lisbon, Nick Storog and myself, uh, would try to put that vision in to the kids that we worked with. And I know darn well it worked. Um, I also know it's worked for many other kids who have gone on to great things, whether they become medical doctors, chiropractors, physical therapists, teachers, teacher coaches, or successful in whatever they decided to do. They've had to have a vision that gives them something to aim for. In Proverbs, in fact, Proverbs 29:18, which is one of those proverbs that you hear a lot, where there is no vision, the people perish. That is true. It's really true. It's true of an individual. It's true of even a country. And that's something to keep in mind. Now, commitments. Commitments are promises we make to ourselves and others. Um, and Matthew 5:37, let your yes be yes and your no, no. Big deal. Those are really big comments and statements, but keep them in mind. If you commit to do something, do it. And again, if it's if it's something you do not think is right and you choose not to do, don't do it. We know for a fact that there are certain things in life that are so important. And one is, you know what right and wrong is. If it's wrong, and it's wrong for you, and wrong for other people, for your country, for the world, don't do it. Now, pursuits. What exactly is a pursuit? Well, pursuits mean we don't just dream, we move, we go after it, we press forward. Philippians 3:14, another really, really important verse from the Bible. I press on toward the goal. These are the first few words of that particular verse. And you know what? You have to really be willing to take those steps. And those steps might be the step in the weight room. It might be the step out into the library, or to step into the digital world and do some decent research and to find out some answers. Pursuits mean we don't just dream about it, we do something about it, we move forward. Keep that in mind. Vision without pursuit is just fantasy, but vision with commitment, that's a destiny, and it can be your destiny if you choose to make it your destiny. And as I've said before, I don't really believe in resolutions, but I do believe in these words, in those words that I've spoken before in other episodes. Start pursuing what truly matters. And maybe your next step is becoming part of the Becomers movement. If that's your choice, that's a good thing. Now, one other thing. If you have a chance to help somebody today, raise them up, make their day better, do so, because in making their day better, you may have made their life better. And in that small gesture, even knowing when you're never ever going to get paid back for what you've done for them, you've made your life better. And that is a big deal, because in influencing two different people, you've made this world a much better place. Have a good one, everyone. Rock your day.